Yo, it's Chris to Chill back at it again with another video. And bro, I am so hot. It's not even funny, dude. It's not even funny. If you hear some fans going on in the backgrounds, I I really need to stay cool. But what's cool right now is some news from Stop Killing Games. Stop Killing Games got some big major W's. We gotta talk about that. So we're going to look at Bellular news. Shout out to that dude. Without further ado, let's get busy.
It's pretty damn good. Today, something fairly new is happening more and more these days, and actually I think it's pretty damn good. Today,
Tell
the
us
main
about
things
it.
we're talking about are new DLC for an 11-year-old game and a brand new
Oh,
game-changing patch for a 16-year-old game. These are
No
the main
kidding.
examples, but there's more than this going on in the industry. The Witcher 3, Songs of the Past, and StarCraft 2 are both in the
That is
headlines,
real.
which is kind of absurd, right? And it's not
That
for
is real.
remakes or remasters. Quite simply.
That is a brand new expansion for a game that came out like what 2013. I might be like bugging the hell out with saying that, but this game is old. I still have this on my PS4 to this day, and you know what? I never played it. I know. Listen. I wanted to go buy this with numerical order. Go play one. Got on my PC and play that. I'm gonna play two. Then and only then I'll play three. That's how I'm gonna do it. So you're gonna see some backdrops when it comes to my discussion videos. You can see my gameplay throughout. But this is crazy news. Huge news. Like, bro, what are we gonna talk about? That's crazy. What are we gonna do? Oh my gosh.
We're getting new updates for games that were already
That's-
old at the turn of the
That's
decade,
amazing.
and I think it reveals something about the games industry right now. Big picture, the gaming audience isn't really
Oh,
playing new
shoot.
games, and of course, new games are taking
No, we're
longer
not.
and longer to produce, and they're getting more and more expensive. And for a long
Yes,
time, that's
they
driven
are.
remakes and remasters.
And
But
I kind of blame I want to say blame the developers because you don't need to like go over the top, bro. Now I think I'll be a movie, but I blame the old execs. Whoever the old execs are running the business, are just dumb. Just make things strictly just gameplay. Don't have to be movies. Don't have to be movies, bro. And you wanna know what's sad? I haven't been playing Yu-Gi-Oh at all, bro. I heard some news about like a particular content creator. I really like his stuff, man. He like the OG of like putting people on to Yu-Gi-Oh, man. He passed away, bro. He passed away. He was 32. 32, man. And I'm talking like this whole reaction like sad or whatever, but the point is time is really precious. And people spend it however they want, but sometimes you might regret in the future like what time you could have like spent on. At this point, I ain't gonna lie to you, I should be the ones just doing like writing from my story. See, the freaking alarm clock going off. Give me a minute. Oh my gosh. Supposed to do this whole um. Oh my gosh, I can't hear nothing. Supposed to do this whole thing with the whole manuscript thing for my potential book to be published. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know, 60-page book would be a thing, but I want to throw my hat in the ring. So let's go back to the video.
today, it's definitely going further. We're getting brand new content to games that we've already been playing and we already own. And if this trend catches on and is actually done right, it could be really good for the health of the industry and for the games that we play. The Witcher 3 Songs of the Past has been rumoured for years by this stage, and it won't actually be out until 2027, but it is exactly what you think it is. It's a brand new, blood and wine sized narrative expansion for The Witcher 3. So very much not like one of those tiny Netflix show update things that they did. Meanwhile then for StarCraft, it's just getting a patch on its public test realm, which in itself isn't
A patch?
extremely unusual. They actually
Wow.
tend to do one
Well,
of
it's
these
still
like every
StarCraft
1 or 2
too.
years. Like there was a 2024
All this
patch that
time, it's
changed
wild.
14 units, 10 buildings, and added 2
After all this time, StarCraft hasn't changed, bro. There's no StarCraft 3. I haven't seen that though. That's wild. That's crazy. In person, that's crazy.
new abilities, which was pretty good, but this current patch really is something else. It's changing units across all three factions. There are core economy changes for resources and workers, different worker start amounts,
I am
and
not a fan
loads
of
more. As an
StarCraft.
example,
To let
there's
you
a
know,
full rebuild of
I'm a
mechanics
guy
like
who
how the
just
gateway works, which basically changes one of the core gameplay pillars of the Protoss
like
faction.
gaming in
That's
general, man.
absolutely
That's just me.
huge. And along with it, there's some quality of life improvements and bug fixes. Pretty damn big. It's a fundamental reworking. It's driven by a lot of feedback. Though obviously it's not out yet. It's on the test realm. Not every change is
Oh yeah,
exactly perfect. But
yeah.
what's been undeniable is how staggered that game's audience has been by how much the game's actually been altered.
Oh, you
And
think
that's
so?
because within the community, we really saw StarCraft 2 as being a bit of a dead game to Blizzard and one that we would have to prop up and keep
That's wild
alive.
work, man.
Very much not the case, it would seem.
That's wild work because the mentality of this innovation can only occur once in a blue moon with games like StarCraft. It's crazy to me. There's a game. There's so many games I bought and I haven't played yet. Y'all know there's one game. What was the game? It was Star Wars: The Old Republic. I didn't. I think it was free. It's free. To this day, it's free. I have not played that at all. I have all these games. I haven't played it. I'm so busy with life. But one of these days, I thought about Star Wars. Gameplay wise, games only. I want to talk about briefly of the movies. I'll say right now. What era I like of Star Wars? I'm gonna tell you right now. I like the prequels. Yes, sir. I do. I'm a prequel lover. Yes, that's me. I like the prequels a lot. Fight me in the comments about that. I do not care. My point being, what you do with the past, what the developer can do with the past, you gotta like think how great they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? How well they're gonna do it. Because now, now they be sunshine and rainbows. You feel me? So continue.
And while these are two pretty neat examples, they're not even the first games to get updates and content like this in 2026. Okay, let's see how this new wave of updates is going. We're not really talking about remakes or remasters here. Those are a different thing. They're an endless tide. We're getting Star Fox,
I'm not a fan of stuff. You gotta
Gothic
see it.
1,
You
and a
gotta see
few
it.
others in just
I'll show the whole thing. I'm not a fan of the new look of Star Fox. Yeah, realism, blah blah blah. Look, shit. I don't think about it. I'd rather have a cartoonish remaster than like the realism, bro. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. It's fun for certain games that realism, but to make it everything that like forming cartoony, like, oh, come on, bro. It's like having the first iteration of a live action Sonic in our world, bro. Come on, stop doing that.
this month. And of course,
Stop
we
it,
know why
Dubs.
that happens. And we've got some numbers. These come from surveys from MTM Consulting that were surfaced by GameIndustry.biz, and they show that 90% of gamers play remakes or remasters. That's hardly a surprise. I count in that 90%. Chances are you do. But what's key is that of that 90%, 85% are playing games that they never played in their original form. So what that means is many of these game designs truly are timeless, and as long as people can play them in a vaguely modern fashion, they can actually do really well, and they can expand the reach of those games. Now, what we're seeing recently,
And that's very terrifying. Think about like 10 years from now. We probably gonna get a remake of a remake that happened not too long ago. Man. Imagine getting another remake of Oblivion. That make no sense. But people guarantee will buy it, bro. Like that's crazy work. That's like a new age crap going on. That's crazy work, dude. That's something I'm liking that. The numbers tell you everything, but it's a problem too. Remakes and remakes are not gonna die at all. It's worse where we're gonna make a watch that. Watch how freaking Capcom make a remake out of their first remake of Resident Evil One. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. I heard about Code Veronica being a thing, man. Yo, there's so many games. Look, I haven't played all the Resident Evil games. Keep it a thing. Keep it a buck. Busy with life. I got finish on Resident Evil Zero, bro. Yo, that game definitely can remake. The whole mechanics of it too. Kind of stiff, man. I can't hold you, man. Yeah, that definitely a remake. Oof.
Basically goes past that. It goes a little bit further. So it's not refreshed versions of old games, it is genuinely new content that is built for games that can be a decade old. Now, this year alone, we got the likes of, say, a surprise reveal of the new Warlock class for Diablo 2 Resurrected. That's the first character that game's had in 25 years. Now, Blizzard told Eurogamer they may do more in the future, though they were careful to add, quote, "We don't want to mess up the Mona Lisa." Fair enough. But there's another company.
Mm-hmm. But whether or not the balance was perfect, like, was it good enough to like stay for all those years, 2 decades even? Would it matter at that point? The majority of fans who play old games probably have to move on for the thing, or just play casually. Like, yo, they turn up one day and they turn back up like probably next 2 days after that, next week even, probably next couple of months, probably next year, probably. I'm like one of those people, man. I have not touched Master Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel, at all. It's just Yu-Gi-Oh, man. I wasn't feeling like Yu-Gi-Oh at the time, bro. I wasn't feeling Yu-Gi-Oh, man. But I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Links, and the amount of patches and new updates it got, it was enough for me to come back to it. I left it behind after the, I think no, it was during the 5Ds era, with new characters from 5D coming in every other way, every other time, you know. So I can't actually go back to Duel Links because when I do, it's gonna be bombardments of like spaces, new content, characters I don't even care about like that. I'm sorry. Um, nah, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. And it's a big money maker. That's something. I can imagine that making a lot of money right now. Master Duels, same thing. That's like the comparison I can make right now, bro. It's a light comparison, man. My fault. It's like,
Who's also doing it, and that is Creative Assembly. They appointed a back catalog product owner. Quite the job role, but I actually think it's pretty cool. They're a person whose sole job is to support and update older games, and they're starting it off with Rome 2. And of course, if you take a look at Steam, you can see that Rome 2 is still a very, very frequently played game. It makes
wow.
sense to update it. It makes sense to maybe
If
make
Rome 2
content
that
for it.
good, yo, tell me if Rome 2 that good. I have no problem playing that thing. Tell me it's good. If it's not, I'm not gonna care. And keep it pushing, bro. But I'll tell you to play some Nippers Company. Yes, I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. Listen to me. Bear with me. Lippis Company is a gotcha, sure, but is a gotcha that is for the players. What do I mean by that? They will put you on to characters that you want over time. The more you just do the whole spin around with the flower roses stuff. That's like your way to like get 10 draws. Sometimes you get tickets, and those tickets are guaranteed to give you the character you need. Not like 100% guarantee. It's a faster guarantee than doing those loaded stuff. You get exactly the character you need. Trust me. I got my If you peep in my content, bro. Gray Sister Otis from the middle. Well, it only took me like multiple times just to like use the the ticket I have to just get her, bro. On time too. That happened like multiple times with her, Ricardo Cliff, um, shoot, who else? My boy Yi Sing, the nurse father, and also eventually even Hong Lu, nurse father. I wasn't trying to get him at all. I was just giving to him. I was just giving it to him, you know. And I then eventually just got a lot of the nurse, the House of Spiders people. I just need like Ishmael and Don Quixote. I'm set. I'm set. But that's just me. This is me giving you put you on a game from Lippis Company, man. Pull up, pull up. It's a great gotcha.
Now, of course, there's a game that's went further than most, and that's Age of Empires 2. It's getting multiple new DLCs every year, brand new
Damn,
campaigns, new factions. It keeps expanding, and the way they do the
that's
campaigns,
a
at
good
least for
quality of
some of
life.
them, is way more involved than what's shipped to the base game. But when you look at all of these, there's something specific that you notice, and it's that they're all franchises. They're all franchises that, more often than not, have new games. But even though those new games exist, the companies are going back and they're meeting the demands of people who are still playing the old games. That's a bit weird.
When the old game is so good that the new game's probably not gonna like meet up the par to the current old game. So one thing is considered for like any company, I've either one, you just skip through the old games, keep it pushing, or two, I ain't gonna lie to you, turn off the server. That's terrible. But I'm saying this. The business move, you would just turn off the server and just not look back at all. Luckily for me, the whole collection for Metal Gear Solid, especially like that game. Oh my gosh, the collection bringing in Metal Gear Solid 4, bro. Oh my gosh, they took out Metal Gear Solid 4 from I think the PS3 store, bro. That's gone. That's gone, bro. It's literally gone. It made me think, damn, maybe I should like buy some games off of the PS3 store before companies decide to take that off, bro. To this day, the PS3 store is still up and running, man. And I'm like, dude, I hate buying it from there because you have to like put money in the PS3 store card and just buy the PS3 store. So it's dumb. It's a dumb transaction, bro. Oh my gosh. But it was, man. One of these days, man, I'm not gonna be happy when this freaking PS3 the PS3 store gonna get turned off permanently, and we just gotta like, uh, go to eBay, buy it off there, buy off the games we want. Oh man, these companies, man, they don't want you to own anything, just rent it. I'm not a fan of that. If they truly want to rent it at this point, why not just go with Game Pass? I'm so serious. Let's go with Game Pass, man.
Because usually when a company moves on to its next thing, if you prefer the thing that you've currently got, you just feel dropped like a rock. That seems to be changing, but I think that might be a good thing. The big question then is how big is the demand for things like this? It's
A
big
lot.
enough that the lead producer on Diablo 2 said it rather plainly. Quote, "We still have millions of people who play Diablo 2. Millions of them." So he pretty heavily emphasized saying millions again. Some audiences simply won't move on. Not to D3, not to D4, and
These guys sound very annoying, man. So it's not a matter of innovation. It's just that Diablo 2 is that good. Any other Diablo 2 after that, like yo, 3, 4, heck, maybe 5 in the future, 10 years from now. Nah, Diablo 2. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. I don't blame him at all. I I don't blame him at all. I don't blame the fans. I don't blame the gamers for that. It's that simple, bro. It what it is.
look at Total War and Steam, you really see the same thing. There's healthy player counts on Medieval 2 right now in 2026. And for the longest time, that's actually been a fundamental issue for the games industry. And in trying to get around that issue for a very long time, Creative Assembly kind of ended up torching their reputation. Now, there's some stats to this that honestly are a bit spooky, right? This is the Steam replay data for 2025.
Okay, Gillespie spent. Hmm, 69 nice days, 2 years running. Okay, that sounds bad.
We see that 40% of all PC playtime that year went to games that are older than 8 years. And in this
Oof.
industry, eight's a big number. It's not just 1 or 2 year out of date games. No, it's 8. And another 44% sat in the
That's
1
like
through
multiple decades. Not multiple decades, like multiple changes. Think about it like that. 8 years ago, what? Right? Well, today's like this one was six, and then like what? That's 2018, bro. That's like PS4 stuff right there, bro. And mind you, after 2023, man, like the slowdown of like exclusive games was like present. It was very limited. It was low, and there wasn't like major hitters either. Like think of one mascot of the era of the PS5 and Xbox Series X that you could say, yo, that's the character who made this generation. Barely anybody. Barely anybody. And Fortnite is a thing, so innovation is like comes down to the mechanics of the core mechanics of the game itself. So you're not getting much from that because the money is like there for online service games, and no one care about franchise legacy stuff like that. They just don't. And, and Concord was like the ultimate example of like not appealing to the trend because you might like fall down his face like badly. Seriously, though, that was terrible.
7-year ring. That's not a small number, and in many cases, it's because the companies haven't convinced you to move on. Do you know what? Yesterday, I was playing Shogun 2 Total War. It's one of my favorite games. There hasn't really been one that hits the way that it does since, and to be honest with you, if they made another expansion for it, I'd absolutely buy the damn thing.
Crazy work.
This stuff doesn't mean that new games are worse. It just means that for some people, going back to, say, D2 or Witcher 3 is kind of like queuing up with friends for the umpteenth time, right? You
Nostalgia, baby.
Know what you want out of the experience.
It's all that nostalgia stuff, man. It hits so good. Think about your favorite the meal that your favorite grandmother makes. You know, your favorite grandmother. The two grandmothers really. Your favorite meal your grandmother made you, man. That's like nostalgia to you, man. That's like you had something like that like 10 years ago, 20 years ago even. You eat that again, bro? Greatness, dude. That's like that playing games, dude. No one does it better than your grandma making that one meal, dude. I'm about to cry thinking about it. Oh, stop. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
So you just go that experience and get it, rather than risking a new thing. So for the companies
Ooh.
involved, this is a way to reach players who are more than a decade in the past, of their own volition and choice, as I am, let's say, Total War Shogun 2, but it lets the companies keep us as monthly active users on their own metrics and maybe make some more money out of us, rather than just letting us drift away as audience members, and of course from our perspective, them having no incentive to invest
Total
in
War
games
and
that we
Shogun
do
seems
actually
crazy.
love. Now obviously, this is
I don't
not a
know.
foolproof
I have
process.
no time for
You think
games
about
like that.
StarCraft 2
Shit, man.
you could almost call it a StarCraft 2.5 or something like that. It's very different from base Legacy and Void. And if Blizzard's execution of all this stuff doesn't work in practice, especially once the meta develops to the best players, that could be kind of chaotic. For some other games, what if an update breaks mods from a creator who's no longer maintaining them? I mean, we've just seen CD Projekt Red deal with their own version of this, where they raised Witcher 3's minimum specs to require Windows 11
Right.
or SSDs. You can still run it
That's
in
a
mobile
must.
hardware, but basically, in moving those requirements, they're officially no longer promising that the game will work on those older machines. So there is real potential
Damn.
for this to go wrong, but there's also an obvious financial incentive.
Yeah. It's very hard to get brand new PCs. The price is going up and up and up for graphics cards. And like, what the point? What's the point? I don't have like the brightest idea at all for this thing. I do say I want to say save up, but it's like all this stuff going on in our lives. Do we really have the time to like get another PC for our pleasures, for our entertainment? Or the price is so high for these damn graphic cards, bro. I'm spending like some dough just getting my graphic cards for my PC, man. It's just a laptop. Like I said, it's a laptop, bro. Look, it's a freaking laptop, right? Not no freaking desktop. Had this for years, bro. Had it since 2021. Still going strong. One of these days, it's gonna break down, or I'm like, I'm cooked. I'm gonna be cooked. I'm gonna lie to you, bro. But I gotta like keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So, oof. What am I say about this? Just think, you gotta figure it out together. We'll figure it out together, man. Like, figure out yourselves. Just gotta figure it out. I just don't have the answer for you. I really don't know at this point. I don't know.
I mean, the weekend after Songs of the Past's announcement, Witcher 3 Steam player count spiked to the highest it's been since February.
Jeez.
Content means hype.
Um, I don't have this on Steam. I think I have it on GOG. I have it on GOG. I think PS4 and GOG. I love GOG. GOG is just the ultimate. I want to say boomer site for just game buying old games. But you can buy old games as well on Steam. But the difference is older games, bro. Games that have like been out for like 30 years. Like old style computer games you can play via GOG, bro. It's crazy work. It's crazy work, bro. Yeah, dude. Like this is recent. Like in the grand scheme of things, this is like a small-ish number. Like you could say this is worldwide compared to like other. I'm not gonna lie, no, this is a good number for like any other single player game. For an old game like Witcher 3, bro, come on, that's wild work.
Hype. Some of that will translate to sales, and when the expansion actually does launch, there'll be a whole new audience hearing about the franchise for the first time. And honestly, I think CD Projekt Red are going to make a
Woo!
shitload of money in that. And in a roundabout
Big
way,
bucks,
that'll be good for you. And I say that
big
because
bucks.
there are secondary effects to all of this. And a good few of them will pay off for everyone who hasn't been playing the same game for a decade. Witcher 3 getting an expansion means that Witcher
It's
4
amazing.
and Witcher 1 Remake are
It's
going
great.
to be better games. And I think that's a very easy claim to make. And here's how it works. The team building Songs of the Past are called Fool's Theory. They're an ex-CD Projekt Red dev-led studio, and they're also building the remake under CD Projekt Red's guidance. So what that basically means is Fool's Theory ships a product at CDPR's expected quality level. They, in doing that, get to learn, they get to test their skills. CD Projekt Red gets a healthy influx of cash, but most importantly, they get to do the single most important thing before a new game launches.
Branch off
CD
to the
Projekt
new
Red are
thing.
planning to release The Witcher 4 at some point from 2027 onwards. It's more than a decade after Witcher 3, and it'll be the first of 3 Witcher games that'll be coming in 6 years. So they really need people to care about that franchise again. They need some reason for you to come along. And
Yeah,
let's
definitely
be
a
real,
flagship
the
title
Witcher
right
TV
there,
show
man.
very much has abandoned doing.
There's that and Cyberpunk. Yeah, dude. With all the Cyberpunk expansions, bro, they need to get hands on Witcher again. Because you can't have another Cyberpunk already, man. I gotta play that game myself, man. I bought it on the PS4, man. Trust me. I don't have my PC can't run it. It can't run Cyberpunk, bro. It can't. It really can't. It seriously can't. And it's surprising after all the Cyberpunk fiasco, we were able to. I'm able to like get it off on the PS4 like a discount. I'm like, yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not?
Doing that. So it's pretty good for them. And this applies to StarCraft as well. You see, Star 2 never stopped getting updates. They did slow down, like, humongously. But there's an obvious reason why these changes are happening now and why they're so large. And that's that all evidence is pointing towards something happening with StarCraft at this year's BlizzCon. And to summarize the key bits, there's been a bidding process that ended up seeing Nexon win the rights to a new StarCraft game. And then there's the StarCraft shooter project within Blizzard that Jason Schreier flagged while promoting his book on
FPS?
Blizzard. And from everything that we know, that game is still very much in development. But at the risk of stating the obvious,
This
a
book
big
was in
shooter
development.
project maybe won't appeal
What a weird
to
wording.
StarCraft 2's core fans who love RTSs, right? So what'll happen when those games get revealed and they don't appeal to those players? Well, the answer now would be that the people at Blizzard...
I'm gonna go back to my old stuff. I don't blame it. I've been an advocate of like, yo, play your old stuff, man. If they're gold, they'll last you forever. Old stuff as like 20 years ago lasts you forever. It's still quality, lasts you forever. Devil May Cry freaking 3 play so well, man. I'll have it play it forever. I don't care. Play it on my PS2. Don't care about other what remasters and blah blah blah. If it still works on my PS2, I'll play on my PC. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Game dumping. I'm gonna have it forever. I'm Gucci. It what it is. It what it is.
That problem. And because of patches like this one, the RTS players still get to feel seen. They still get to feel their game matters enough.
That's really good.
To be angry, they're less likely to
have respect for your gamers, man. Have respect for your customers. Your gamers or your customers, have respect for them. That's it. Don't freaking be like the stupid Hollywood dickheads who wanna curse at their own audience for buying their stuff because their feelings are hurt. Ew, like, why is it so normalized? It's so disgusting. Like, I'm against the practice of like cursing out your own like customers, clients, period, just for like a simple disagreement. You know what I'm saying? So like, why even bother with this? What is wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with people who just want actors Producers gonna curse out like potential audience, gonna see his stuff. Like, what's wrong with you guys? Y'all dumb. Y'all dumb in the head. Y'all really dumb in the head.
Generate bad press for something that's new. And hell, they might even consider the new thing, because even if it's not completely up their alley, the company just treated them reasonably, so they'll be more ready to do the same. But if they don't, that's actually going to be okay as well. And that's where the real industry change here becomes clear. With this, the games industry is finally embracing a group of players that's massive and has been underappreciated. That's those of us who don't buy new games. The new business model then is to treat them as a market in their own right, not trying to convince them to move on, just trying to convince them to, maybe buy that new Witcher expansion, which will still add to the company's bottom line. It's not quite live service for old games. It's not quite games designed to run forever with constant monetization.
Exactly.
But I think it's learning lessons from that model in a way that actually feels like it's good for us as consumers. And all of it in service of one simple acknowledgement. People who like video games love the experiences they've had with video games, which will almost always be ones that have happened in the past, right? As much as I could get hyped for a new game, there are so many games where I just know I'm going to get what I want from it, like with Shogun 2. And now, thanks to convergence of so many different factors in games production,
we need
how
that.
the economy's changed,
we need all of
even
that.
distribution, it can now happen. We can now be offered more product for things that we already like. Not something new, but rather something more. Please, Creative Assembly, give me another Shogun 2 expansion.
Creative. What was I say? Ah, gosh, I lost it, bro. Please be innovative. Bring more stuff into the table. Never forget that people love potentially new stuff if done right. Not for the sake of like politics, for the sake of like gameplay, bro. Come on, dude. Like, y'all do this. These game developers, bro. It's a hard thing. I know, but feel the audience. Pause. Check the temperature of your crowd. Hear what they want. Understand? Like, is it like, or is it like a nitpick, or is it like, oh, everybody have a problem with this, and do what you can to fix it or improve on it. It's up to y'all. If you really want to make some money, man, just listen to the damn customers, bro. Listen to the customers who know what they're talking about, and peep the collection, whether it be big or small. Not the minority, the majority. It's easy to pick from there. It's that simple. Some surveys out there, something. Come on now.
And I'd love to hear what your equivalent would be for the games that you love. So, a rare bit of good news, and maybe just the type of news that we need in an industry that is struggling more and more and more. And that's why you should watch this video next, because...
Okay, that's a good call to action thing and blah blah blah. Good stuff, good stuff. Thank you so much, Bellular News. Quality stuff. Alright, let me just get down to business over here. Done with this guy right here. Live services, evergreen gaming. The market understood that long before the corporations. Game companies finally figured out we buy new hardware to play old games faster and not new games with imaginary frames. Oof. Alright. Ooh. All games should not be confused with good games. All this effort put into most new games, and they're just not good or fun. That's true. Let me see. The sooner they realize this, the better. Man, I haven't played Guild Wars like that at all. Man, but I should. Guild Wars 1 is actually getting updated again. That's news. I played this game when it first came out, and I was in school. Now I am almost 40. Woof. Old timer right here. Backlog is more entertaining than anything new coming out. I'm gonna end right there. I'm gonna end right there. I think I gotta talk about my backlog. Is freaking extensive. I don't know. I want to do a collective via like what I have for my PS2. It's not that big at all. It's not. Versus on my PS3, versus my PS4, versus my PC. Overall, I talk about Steam, GOG, even some stuff I have on Epic Games too. And consider like my evolution. Um, ooh, that's stuff I gotta talk about too. But when it comes to like big backlogs of stuff, I bought a lot of games for the PS3 recently too. So I'll definitely put y'all onto that, man, one of these days. But if you really want to see that, subscribe to the channel, alright? Comment what you feel of the news recently, all the stuff going on in the gaming industry, and like the freaking video. The motivate me to make more discussion videos. With my boy Baller News. So I'll be out. I'll be safe, be easy, and be chill, man. Ooh, my goodness, man. That half of the year is done. After this, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm about to be 29. Sheesh. I have no idea what's gonna happen next. None whatsoever. None.